Welcome to my YouTube experiment. My name is Reverend Hill, Rev Hill, Fernando. Call me what you want to call me. Anyhow, I will be chronicling my 2001 Camaro budget build. I love cars, I love motorcycles, I enjoy having fun on them. However, I don't have the big bucks that many of the guys on YouTube have, that many of us have been watching. Lamborghinis and Hellcats and all sorts of fun cars which cost a ton of money. So what I'm going to do is attempt to have the same amount of fun as those guys on a budget. So follow along with me as I uh, go on this adventure with you, where we get a budget Camaro, work on it a little bit, do most of the work by myself, either in my driveway or my friend's driveway, with my tools, spending as little money as possible, and yet still coming out with a product that we can enjoy for many years to come, and possibly sell and move on to the next project. So follow along with me. This should be fun. One more thing. The name of this channel is Positive Thoughts because I'm sure we will come across some challenges as we attempt to make this build or actually on a budget, and doing much of the work myself. I'm sure challenges will come, and discouragement may even try to set in at times. But realizing that it is the journey as to where the real satisfaction comes from, and the fact that staying positive, especially keeping your mind in a positive place, is what pushes you through, is what keeps you going when you feel like stopping. So be encouraged, be strengthened, enjoy, challenge yourself, challenge me. And if you have any suggestions as to a direction I might want to go in, offer it. There's nothing too lofty, nothing too small. Let's have fun. God bless. Work. Got some areas right there that need work. That's broken. Of course, it needs wheels. It needs paint. It needs somebody work on this side here. Oh, that area right there, underneath there. Other than that, it was purchased for under $4,000. And it'll make an excellent LS project car. It has a nice race seat. It's actually pretty comfortable, but it doesn't match the other seat, so we'll have to do something about that. We have this situation going on here. Many things which are falling apart. Everything here is a mess. This is broken. That's broken. Everything's loose. As you can see, this is bad. And the emergency brake is non-existent. I did adjust the brake from the outside as it should be done, and that did not help. So now I'm in the process of pulling all of this apart so I can see if something broke loose in the linkage. However, it is a T-top car, a 6-speed car. The shift is going to change. As you can see, it has an extremely long throw. So that's going to be changed as well. The check engine light is on, and when I checked it, it said the knock sensors and something else. So this is the start. We see where it takes us. Everyone have a blessed day. That's the wife's car up ahead. 2012 LS3 Camaro. Very nice car, convertible. It's sweet. Like her. Okay, so We have dismantled the center console and have not been able to discover what the cause of the problem is, because as you can see, the cable is still attached. It's still attached here. So something underneath the car, which will not get fixed today because it's cold and it's getting late, but it's all part of the process. So that's it for now. Do a little cleaning up of the center console, possibly build a new one. We'll have to see how that goes. And signing off. So here we are back at my LS project. Figured out what's wrong with the emergency brake. The cable has actually broke apart underneath the car where it connects to the emergency brake. So now, apparently this cable runs through the body of the car and then comes out at the bottom of the car. So I have to try to snake it through. It's not going to be much fun. As you can see here, I did clean up the car a bit, and I was under the impression that maybe after about 10 or 12 or 20 shampoos, I might be able to get this thing halfway decent where I won't have to change the carpet, because it doesn't smell very good. You know, it's been sitting and maybe cigarette smoke or whatever. But then I came to the driver's side, and this body does have a lot of mileage on it. And the carpet, I don't know if you can see this, is totally gone. So no, that's beyond repair, obviously. So I have to replace the carpet, which means I'm pulling all this carpet up, putting some sound deadening underneath of it, and then reapplying carpet. So that will afford me the opportunity to try to snake this emergency wire through, emergency brake cable through. I have to order one, and we'll see where that leads us. And now on to the knock sensors. So I finally got the manifold off. Starting to get cold, and it's really dirty. It was a bit tricky. If you haven't done it before, pay to watch some YouTube videos, which I did, and it was still a little bit tricky, but I managed to get it off. Now the hard part, getting it on before it gets too dark. Alright, signing off for now. Okay, so here are the old knock sensors. The threads really don't look too bad, but it looks like an off-brand. And you can see these were broken. So I replaced the wire harness and the knock sensors, and I have a vacuum leak yet to fix. Going forward, I will attempt to show as much of the work as possible. However, today was extremely cold, and I was trying to work after getting off work within a few hours, because I have to get this car to pass inspection. Once that happens, I can take my time going forward and take my time with the work and try to show the process as well as the end result. Now we're going to take a look and see whether or not the car starts. Put it together in the dark, we'll see what happens. I also replaced these pretty worn out intake gaskets. They're in pretty bad shape, as you can see. So those were also replaced. I replaced them with Fel Pro. And so hopefully we've taken care of some possible leaks as well. Okay, so I got it back together. It did not beat the night, did not beat the darkness. This is how dark it is outside. And It is extremely cold, but I think I got it done. There is a small that plastic hose right there is broken, so I have to get another one. That's a vacuum leak. That might be the source of my other code. I'm not sure if that was already broken or I broke it, but that's the process. That's where we are right now. The sensors have been replaced. The knock sensors have been replaced. It took longer than I thought because this is the first time I've done it. But I think I got everything back together the way it needs to be. Except for this hose right here, which I just noticed. Okay. And then we'll give it a shot and start it up. Okay, so we're going to give it one last once over. Looks like I have everything together. Let's see if it starts up. Wait till I get my new seats. Let's see. Wow. Well, it started up, but it's racing. Let's see what's happening with that. Okay, something's loose. I gotta check and see what's going on. Why it's racing. We will be back. Well, she's purring like a kitten. It could be my imagination, but she seems to be running smoother. I don't know. Something with some noises, but she's running. Take it for a ride. Cleaned up the center console. Still has a few broken bits, which hopefully I can replace. However, it came out quite nice. It's better than buying a new one. The pieces on these things are extremely expensive. Just this piece alone is about $120 to $150 used. So, I mean, I'll get the few pieces that are missing, button it up, and put it back in the car. Should be pretty good. New phases, new steps towards Project LS. Okay, so I just got off work. Today is not a great day to work on a car. It's raining, it's chilly, that's why I took off yesterday to get what accomplished I could. So, what have we done so far? We identified the parking brake situation. Cable is broken, I have to replace that. I'm going now to pick that piece up. We have changed the knock sensors. I removed the manifold, changed the manifold gaskets, replaced a broken vacuum line, and also replaced the knock sensors with some brand new factory AC Delco knock sensors. And we're waiting for the rest of the things to come in, which have been ordered, and probably the next phase will be working on removing that carpet, installing the sound deadening material, and installing new seats. Talk to you in the next phase. So today is a new day, and while take the 300, or you want to take my truck?
The truck will be easier.
Okay, get in the truck. I'll be right there. So today is a new day, and while I would love to be working on my new project, unfortunately, I have another engagement. Martin Luther King luncheon celebration. So as you can see, I'm not really dressed to work on the car. But hopefully, when this is over, I can get a few minutes. Anyhow, That's the latest update. This is probably how it will be going forward because I have an extremely busy schedule. Adios. Until next time.